Difficult decisions were made by the organization today.
But I think right now in the best situation is what we're attempting to do here now is create the best environment.
Right now, the Browns claim they're creating the best environment moving forward, but fans aren't buying it. The team just, and people think it's because he tried to, not for bad performance, not for office drama, but something way worse. Fired their GM sabotage Shedeur Sanders. Deliberate sabotage behind closed doors. Reports say Shadour was boxed out. No first-team reps, no fair shot, barely any opportunities. But when a leaked scrimmage clip hit the internet, everything exploded. The rookie they tried to bury was lighting up the field. The clip went viral overnight and forced the Browns to act fast. So what really happened inside that camp? Why was Shadour being silenced? And what made ownership finally step in? At first, it all looked like a normal rotation. Maybe they were easing him in, right? But soon, things felt off. While Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel got full speed, 11-on-11 drills with top receivers, Shadour was left doing developmental reps.
Even more Browns are coming out and supporting Shedeur Sanders, even though it seems like he's not given the reps that he deserves. Shedeur Sanders is being sabotaged.
The kind usually reserved for players coaches don't plan to keep. Even worse, he was throwing to practice squad players and defensive backs acting as wideouts. Meanwhile, Pickett was connecting with Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore like it was Sunday Night Football. Fans started asking the real question. Why was one of college football's most composed and precise QBs suddenly being treated like an afterthought? Something didn't add up, and the truth was about to break wide open. Then came the media spin. Suddenly, numbers started circulating. Reports claimed Shadour went 3 for 8 in drills. But what they didn't mention, those weren't even full reps. The plays were broken. The timing was off. And his receivers were third-string fill-ins. There was no rhythm, no chemistry, and no real chance to shine. It wasn't bad management anymore. It felt personal. Whispers started spreading fast. Was someone inside the Browns holding Shadour back on purpose? The red flags weren't just there, they were flashing bright. Then came the moment that changed everything. It was supposed to be a quiet, closed-door practice. No cameras, no media, no noise. But what happened that day blew the lid off everything. Buried on the depth chart, Shadour finally got a rare chance to take real snaps in a controlled scrimmage. And he didn't just play, he dominated. In only 12 snaps, he threw 3 touchdowns, including a flawless 2-minute drill capped with a walk-off score. Insiders said he sliced through the defense like a veteran, hitting Harrison Bryant with a 27-yard dart, then firing a sideline strike to Amari Cooper so sharp that coaches literally stopped and whispered, "This kid's the real deal." That single scrimmage flipped everything and proved the sabotage rumors might not be so crazy after all. Here's the kicker. Kenny Pickett, the guy getting all the first-team reps, completely fell apart. During the very same scrimmage, his mechanics broke down, his footwork was off, and he threw a brutal red zone interception that had scouts and VIPs shaking their heads in disbelief.
Shedeur Sanders has picked up the offense well. He's working at it well. He's doing a lot of great things to ensure that, more positive things.
That wasn't just a good day for Shadour, it was the day that exposed everything. The coaching staff tried to bury it, but someone recorded the final touchdown. And that one secret clip changed everything. At 2:13 a.m., a 23-second video appeared online. No watermark, no ESPN logo. Just raw footage of Shedeur Sanders dropping back, scanning the defense, and firing a perfect strike to Cedric Tillman in the end zone. By noon, the video had already passed 1.2 million views, and NFL Twitter was on fire. The hashtag #FreeShadour exploded first in Cleveland, then nationwide. Fans weren't just amazed by the throw. They were furious that it had been hidden. The Browns hadn't posted a single highlight from that scrimmage. Not one mention in team reports. No clips, no shout-outs. But now, the truth was public, undeniable, and viral. Everyone was asking the same question, why isn't this kid competing for QB1? And more importantly, what else were the Browns hiding inside that facility? Things spiraled out of control fast. Coaches were scrambling, PR went into full lockdown, and the Browns' entire quarterback situation was on fire. That 23-second clip, reportedly filmed by a staffer, had blown the lid off a controversy they'd been trying to bury for weeks, and once it leaked, the cover-up couldn't hold any longer, because what came next made it even worse. First came the video, but then came the receipts. A leaked text thread, allegedly between GM Andrew Berry and a Browns staffer, surfaced online. And these messages weren't vague. They sounded strategic. They hinted at one mission: keep Shadour off the radar. No first-team snaps, no media clips, no mic'd-up moments, no viral highlights. One line even read, "He ain't got no time, dog. Feels like he's in Colorado again." Whether those texts were 100% real or not didn't even matter. The damage was already done. Fans saw it as proof of a cover-up, not just a mismanaged rookie. Public trust was shattered. To them, this wasn't player development. It was sabotage, plain and simple. And just when things couldn't possibly get worse,
He ain't got no time, dog. Like, look at this. He feels like he's in college. I think that going from 3-8 to getting no real reps other than those other reps, I'm not sure why those aren't counted. I guess they're on 11 on 11. They're not 7 on 7s, right? Again, back to JJ Watt. Y'all know, we don't know what we're looking. He's tired of answering questions about the quarterback competition, and that might be the reason why, hey, let's not give Shedeur any reps. Or were they trying to prove a point to Shedeur?
a bombshell dropped, reportedly from a frustrated minority owner. Internal emails allegedly showed Barry giving the order to limit Shadur's momentum. No red zone sequences, no high-pressure reps, no chance to outshine the vets. Even if only half of it was true, it painted a brutal picture. A front office desperate to control not just practice snaps, but the entire narrative. This wasn't just mismanagement. It was manipulation. The question wasn't if GM Andrew Barry would be fired, but how soon. While fans were connecting dots, the media tried to twist the story. Headlines suddenly downplayed Shadur's performance. Sanders goes 3 for 8 in team drills, struggles with timing, but they left out the truth. Those stats came from broken reps with third-string receivers and no full team rhythm. He wasn't even allowed to call live protections. Meanwhile, Kenny Pickett's poor scrimmage numbers magically vanished from reports. Then came the leak that blew it all wide open. Internal grade sheets. They showed Shedeur posting +4 EPA expected points added in camp, while Pickett logged -6. One was driving efficient series, the other ending them in turnovers. According to insiders, those numbers were deliberately hidden from the public. Sources claim Barry even fed cherry-picked stats to friendly reporters.
Yes, we have an idea in terms of when we think they may hit the field. I have just learned by just being so wrong on that with the
making Shedeur look inconsistent while sweeping Pickett's mistakes under the rug. This wasn't biased reporting anymore. It was information warfare. And now the story wasn't dying, it was catching fire because fans realized the Browns weren't just misjudging talent, they were managing perception. They weren't just mismanaging him, they were orchestrating a takedown. By now, everyone could tell something was seriously off, but when insiders revealed how deep the sabotage ran, it became undeniable. On July 20th and 21st, Shedeur Sanders reportedly got 0 first-team reps. Not a single 11 on 11 snap, not one moment with the starting offensive line. Instead, he was pushed into developmental drills, sessions usually meant for rookies fighting to make the practice squad, while Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel ran smooth, full-speed sets behind clean pockets. Shedeur was throwing to backup assistants and even defenders filling in as receivers. One viral clip from July 22nd said it all. Shedeur completed a perfect pass to a defensive back subbing in at wideout, while Pickett ran the same play with Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore. It wasn't training, it was exile.
I think the main difference in that year is we were at 3, so I think I've said multiple times on the record that as long as we have 3 quarterbacks that we think are 53-man worthy, we'd like.
Then came the leaked depth chart. Internal logs showed Shedeur was locked at QB 4, restricted from calling protections or running 2-minute drills. He wasn't being benched, he was being systematically erased from the competition. Former Browns scout Marcus Willoughby summed it up best. This wasn't about skill, it was fear. They knew if Shedeur got a real shot, the so-called media favorite quarterbacks would get exposed. The Browns front office thought they could contain the story, bury the footage, and spin the narrative. But after that viral clip hit the internet, even ownership had to step in. Because the cover-up had finally blown wide open. Head coach Kevin Stefanski had reportedly been frustrated for weeks. Behind closed doors, he'd already told team owner Jimmy Haslam that the quarterback reps weren't being handled fairly. He wanted a decision made based on performance, not politics. But after that 23-second viral touchdown clip dropped, there was no turning back. Inside the Browns facility, pressure hit a breaking point. Players began speaking up, saying Shedeur had clearly outperformed Kenny Pickett, while fan outrage was exploding online. Then came the breaking point, an emergency ownership vote. According to insiders, the Browns held a late-night meeting on July 25th. The result, a 4-1 vote to fire GM Andrew Barry immediately. No warning, no PR cleanup. He was reportedly told to pack up before the next day of camp even began. The message was loud and clear. Favoritism is finished. For the first time in weeks, it looked like a new beginning, but the damage was already done. What started as fan paranoia had turned into undeniable truth. The Browns didn't just underestimate Shadour Sanders, they tried to bury him. No reps, no exposure, no chance, all while hyping a veteran quarterback who was throwing red zone interceptions.
Coach, former Alabama coach, is trying to come to the big leagues again, bro. There has been...
And when Shadour finally got his shot, he lit up the field, shredding the depth chart and exposing the ugly reality inside Cleveland's camp. From leaked texts to fake stats, everything pointed to one thing. This wasn't bad coaching. It was a controlled narrative gone wrong. In the end, it cost the GM his job. But it raises a bigger question. How many other young players are silenced before fans ever get to see their potential? How many Shadour Sanders stories get buried behind politics and media control? Because while this chapter ends with a GM's downfall, the real story is just beginning. Now that Shadour is broken free from the chains, the NFL might be about to witness a fire that no one, not even his critics, is ready for.